this sandwich looks delicious. I'm glad I made this myself. What? Hey, you're filming this? Hey! Privacy invasion. Hi, I'm Samantha, and this is another DIY. I think this is DIY. What DIY is this? Okay, this is probably DIY number 5 or DIY number 6 on how to make LPS food. We're going to teach you how to make burgers, sandwiches, which is the same thing, salad, and cotton candy. So, I guess let's get started then. Now, the things you are going to need for this craft is quite a lot, but the things you're going to need for this craft is, and if you can't read, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to need craft foam. You're going to need brown craft foam, red craft foam, green craft foam. But if you don't have green craft foam, you can always use construction paper, and white or yellow craft foam. If you want to get custom, you can get any colors you want. Now, what you're going to need is take your brown or tan craft foam and cut it out into circles. So, be right back. Now, this is the circles we cut out. Now, I know these are a little big, but it doesn't really matter the size. Remember, get custom and get creative during these crafts. This is what craft foam looks like. It's kind of like some brown. You want that kind. Now, if you don't have access to craft foam, remember that you can always use construction paper, colored paper, or fabric if you want to get more custom. But you're trying to be realistic, so you probably won't do that. Next is you're going to cut out your tomato pieces. Now remember, you don't have to follow what I do. Be creative. You don't have to have tomatoes if you don't want to, but next you're going to cut out your pieces. So get red craft foam and also cut circles. It does not matter if the circles are even, but try your best to make them even. So we'll be right back when those tomatoes are cut out. Now we cut out our circles, but since they're kind of big, we're gonna trim them a little bit. So be right back. Okay, we're back. As I said, it doesn't matter the size, but you kind of want the things that are gonna be in the sandwich to be smaller than the bread because it would just look a little messy and a little bit wrong. Next is you're going to take a green craft foam, and instead of cutting circles, well, you can if you would like, you're just going to cut up strips that are kind of leafy. Now, you can always use green construction paper, but since I don't have green construction paper, I'm just going to use green craft foam. So I'll be right back. Don't start right away. Watch the entire DIY before you start. So I'll be right back with those pieces. Okay, we're back now. I know that this is not what you normally would expect, so we're going to be right back and cut them a little bit more. Well, okay, now we're back. Now that you've cut out your pieces, it's time to add the cheese. Now, you can use yellow construction paper, but I would prefer yellow crafts foam. But since I couldn't find yellow crafts foam, I've decided to just use white, because there is such a thing as white cheese, I believe. This is where you can be creative, though. So be right back. Okay, now that you've cut out your cheese, you just you cut out your cheese, now it's time to be a little bit more custom. You can add other things. You can add your own meats, not real meat. You can add your own real meats, blue crab meat, or whatever you really want. Get creative with the toppings. Now, next we're going to poke some holes in the bread only, so to give it a little bit more real effect. So be right back. Okay, now that you're done with this, it's time to glue. You're going to need a glue stick. Not a glue stick, a glue gun. Now, a glue stick is too weak, it's not going to hang on. Liquid glue is okay, I think, but I would just prefer, a glue gun because it's more permanent. Now, I actually recently purchased a glue gun and I've gotten it, So now I can take my crafts to the next level. So make sure that you ask, you have adult, supervision while using a glue gun. Now we're gonna be right back with all of the pieces glued together into one sandwich. So BRB. And that's your sandwich completed. Wait for it to dry. So we're just gonna put that over here. And now you've made a sandwich successfully. Now onto the salad. So be right back. Wait, what you're gonna need for this craft actually is so, as said, if you can't read or you're blind, you're going to need green crafts foam, and if you don't have that, construction paper will do. And white crafts foam are a base material. So what you're going to do is kind of cut out a pot, a little bowl with your craft foam. I'll be right back when we're done with that. Okay, now this is the bowl. Now what you're gonna do is, since you probably got some scraps of green crafts foam or construction paper, just put it in there. And if you want to, you can put glue at the bottom to keep it in there. I'm probably gonna do that, so be right back. Okay everyone, we're back. It's been like 10 minutes. Now since I had a whole bunch of scraps from making the sandwich, I've cut these scraps into tinier pieces to make this. Now you might want to mix this stuff around so it's not one of the same. So I'll be right back. You don't want to do it in the video. You want to kind of mix it around. You just don't want it to look messy. Yeah. I'm gonna do it outside. Hold on a second. Once you're done mixing it, just dump all of it into the bowl or a little base container. So be right back. Okay, now we're done. We poured it in. Now we couldn't pour all of it because there wasn't enough space in the bowl. So now we're going to move on to cotton candy. Now we're just going to settle this over here and move our salad to the table. But as said, put that in there. You want to wait for the glue to dry before you touch it or put your LPS on it, because you don't want your LPS to get glue on them and then it becomes permanent and gets stuck on them forever. So I'm just gonna quickly put it on the table. Okay, now on to the final thing of this craft, cotton candy. So be right back once again. Wait, not be right back. The things we're gonna need for this craft is okay, so you're going to need, you can use a cotton ball colored pink, or you can just use a pom-pom. You're also going to need some paper, blank white computer paper, some scissors, and some tape, as well as glue. So be right back. Okay, we're back. Now I really don't have any more pink pom-poms, so I decided just to get a cotton ball and use a marker to color it pink. Now you're going to need your computer paper and cut out kind of a thickish strip of paper. Okay, now that you've cut out your thick-ish sheet of paper, you're gonna curl it around to kind of a rod shape, and then you're gonna tape it. Be right back. Okay, well, we are finally done after like 15 minutes. Now that's your cotton candy. I know it's not the most realistic, but it's the best I can do. And since we have no space on our table, I'm just gonna put it there. Now, thanks for watching this extremely long DIY. Now, I want you to know that this DIY was dedicated to Awesome Possum Productions for her DIY of the same method. The link is in the description, and I want you to also know that this DIY took lots of time to make. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, comment, view, and rate my other videos, and check out my social media sites. So see you later, bye.